So, James and Tammy, the glare is so bad on the dash that I've had to move the camera, so I'm holding it kind of a little bit by hand. So if he's got a lot of camera shake, or you don't like Tammy's profile, I'm sorry. You just have to live with it. All right.
You're perfect.
I am, yes. Santos Elenes asks, would you recommend a particular insurance? Well, that's the one we haven't answered before. So the answer to this is when you do an AKC registration on a puppy, they give you some insurance that lasts for like 30 days with the option of increasing it. I'm not much on insurance personally. My thoughts on insurance are, if you can afford the loss, you don't need the insurance, because it's a bet you're having with the insurance company. They're betting that you won't have a loss, and you're betting that you might, and you can't afford the loss if you do. So I'm not much for insurance, and honestly, I don't know what people's results are when they've had a problem, whether the insurance company has been any good or not. So our thoughts are is we wouldn't get it, but if you've got a very expensive dog, you can't afford the loss, maybe you should. Carla Dean says, you're very helpful with sharing information. Thank you very much. Where do you do your colour testing, and does the dog have to be present for the test? Well, we use Animal Genetics out of Tallahassee, Florida. They're great. Though they have had a few muck-ups recently, which I've never had before. There's like 4 places. There's UC Davis out in California. There's VetGen, who takes forever to get test results, so I'm not very keen on them. There's Embark. I've never used Embark. It's Animal Genetics that we use all the time. You have to sense of DNA material off. They can't just look at your dog and tell you what the colour DNA is. You have to, you can prick a paw, get some blood on a Q-tip, you can remove a dew claw, you can order a swab kit. The swab kits are free, and they'll send them to you in the mail, and you can send those off. You can't swab a dog that's still weaning. That's my seatbelt buzzing, and I'm going to have to live with it. Alright, next question. I'm doing this one-handed here, sorry. Lucky Abby says, if I had a black mask and a blue female, what would I get? Well, not enough information there, unfortunately, to tell you anything. Okay, Josie Church from Canada. I was wondering about colostrum for newborn babies. My chihuahua is about to give birth next month to 2 puppies. I want to make sure I'm prepared for the birth. I was wondering about goat's milk colostrum. Would that work? I don't know. The goat's milk's great. I don't know if the colostrum is going to help you because it's a different animal with different antibodies. I suspect the colostrum part of it probably won't be particularly useful. But hopefully you can get colostrum from mum. It doesn't take very much for it to work. Where are you located? That's one for you, Tammy.
Is that one simple?
Yeah. Go ahead, see if you can answer.
Oklahoma, the good old USA. I do have a lot of people ask me if we're here in the States because of James with his English accent.
I'm an American citizen as of a month ago.
Are you here in the States or are you in the UK?
We're here in Oklahoma.
James is Americanized.
I am Americanized. I've been Americanized for a long time, but I'm actually one of the club now. My female, okay, this is one Ajaris. My female Frenchie is 5 weeks pregnant. Should I separate it from the other females? I have an English bulldog, a husky border collie mix. You're up on that one too, Tammy.
I need to take my mouth guard out.
Do you?
Yeah. Turn the camera more towards you.
Well, they're just going to have to see you do it. Come on.
No.
So, you got to answer that question.
No,
you get the next one set
go
up.
ahead.
Alright, so, well, you know what answer? Well, look, here's the deal. You can have your mama around human beings, animals, whatever, as long as there's not roughhousing going on. That's it. You don't want your girl to be roughhousing, be bowled around, because she's got babies inside. It's just like a pregnant mum, Should a pregnant mum go rock climbing? Not in the last month of her pregnancy, definitely not. Should a mum go horse riding? Yeah, a human? Yeah, probably for the first, month or so? Horse riding's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. But at what point would you stop horse riding with a human?
What your body is used to is what you can still
Well, when would you stop horse riding with a human?
I would say the last 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. So look, it's okay, fine to have them around. There's a couple of things that go on with the dog's pregnant. Its hormones are, in a turmoil. It can certainly get more or less affectionate to other dogs. You just don't want to fight or roughhousing. That's it. But it's fine, absolutely fine. And the same thing, by the way, when you've got the puppies born. When the puppies are born, we would not let another mama dog around our puppies for the first 3 or 4 days at least.
But she's going to be protective.
Yes, just to make sure. And then we might introduce them to some other dogs very cautiously if mum was not over anxious about it. We'd monitor the whole situation. Okay, I've lost where I was. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry, I've got to get back to my YouTube channel. Okay, here we go. Somebody asked for AI a dog. Isn't this animal abuse? No, it's not animal abuse. If it was, we wouldn't be doing it.
Your vet does it.
Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, go ask him if
you don't do it, the vet does it.
Yeah, well, all other animals do it to other animals. I mean, that's not animal abuse.
No.
Oh, here's a good one. Lei Yamasaki says she's got the same cage we're using, which is a 42 by 27. She's got Shih Tzus. The puppies are so small they can get their head through the holes in my crate.
You didn't get the right one.
Yeah, a couple of things going on here. There are some crates that are
the cheap one.
Yeah, they're dirt cheap, aren't they?
Yeah,
and they got really flimsy wires.
They can get their heads out.
And they can push their heads through it because it'll bulge out a little bit. You get their head stuck, it's not good. But here's the other thing you can do. And small puppies can run into that problem even with a very good cage, like a Midwest Supply, Paws and Pals, Amazon Basics. But what you can do is you can go cut a strip out of a big box about 6 inches wide, a long strip, and put that all the way around the inside of your box so the puppies can't stick their head through the cable. And that fixes that problem right off the bat.
Yeah.
And now the silly things. Here we go. Someone's asking if we could do more on the EM. Whoops! Oh, I lost everybody. If I can do more on EM and DD. EM and DD. So, with my finger in the way. Sorry about this, folks. So, EM is the black mask, and DD. Let's talk about DD first. DD is dilution gene. DD is what produces blue. You have to have 2 copies of DD to get a blue dog. A dog that is blue and chocolate will be lilac. A dog that's just DD will be blue. Dog, the EM, so that's a gene all by itself, dilution gene. There's another gene which is on the E locus, and that one is the one that's responsible for black mask and cream. And you could only have 2 genes total on that setup. So you could have little e, which makes for a cream dog. Can't have a black mask because there's no holes left for the black mask gene. It could be EM little e. That would be a black mask dog that has a copy of cream, or it could be capital EM. That's a fully black mask dog. Hopefully that answers your question. And stupid thing wants to. Here we go. Renzi Sawai. My dog got hooked up with the same breed yesterday. Tomorrow morning got hooked up again, but it's a different dog breed. What should I do?
Keep your dog put up.
Tammy, go ahead, answer that one.
Get rid of the other dog. That's drastic. But yeah, you need to keep your female up when she's in heat.
Yeah, well, she's not asking what you should do. She's not asking.
It's going to happen.
She knows she's screwed up.
Oh yeah.
She's asking what you should do now.
What should she do now? Go to your vet if you want to terminate her. If it's a small enough other breed that bred her, you can either let her have her puppies or.
Yeah, that's a good point there.
Yeah.
So look, if you've got a Chihuahua that got bred to a big dog, I think you've got a problem that you need to take care of now by having an abortion, right?
Yeah.
So you can abort that litter, and that's what you should probably do.
Yeah.
But if it's a smaller dog, and it's not the end of the world, I personally would probably let the dogs have puppies and see what you get out of it.
If it's a smaller dog.
Yes. But your choices are this.
You got a bird dog in the backyard, or a mixed breed that's part German Shepherd and something else. You better go have it tended to.
Yeah, so you got 2 choices, don't you?
Because you could lose mama dog trying to have one huge puppy.
Yeah, either let this go or you have an abortion. And you can go to your vet for an abortion. There's a number of ways you can do that. One way is to give a steroid shot or puppies. And the other thing that Tabby started off with is, look, you know, realize that dogs are meant to breed. If there's a stray dog in the neighborhood, he'll dig under a fence.
Oh gosh, if you got a neighbor with a big dog in the backyard, he's going to tear up the fence to get to her.
He'll go over the top. We'll go over the top of it. Yeah.
Hopefully you have your Frenchie in your home anyway.
Right.
Because of weather-wise.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if
put
it
her
was.
up in the crate.
I don't know if it was a Frenchie, but it was not actually. It was
what was it?
It was a Chihuahua, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
No, it was a Shih Tzu. It was a Shih Tzu, wasn't it?
Oh,
well,
okay.
no. That was a previous one. I don't know. No, it doesn't tell us. It doesn't tell us. Just a different breed.
Females put up is the main.
EJ's Loft Bullet says, "Hi James, what happens if you do an AI progesterone of 17 and a progesterone level of 17 through 18? Well, the answer is you get puppies. It's puppy time.
Babies.
Good afternoon. A question: what day is the perfect day to do an ultrasound on my dog? Well, it's the day they're having a sale on them, isn't it? If they're having a half-price sale, that's the day you do it. I don't think that really helps you in the answer. No, I think you can do an ultrasound starting day 30, sometime on from that, maybe a little earlier. Day 30 and onwards for an ultrasound. Bulldog Mum says, my English Bulldog's nipples are getting big and more elongated every day. I've done the manual palpitations and it's just a tight belly. I'm really hoping she's pregnant. She's 3 and will be a first litter. Any ideas to suggest that I try? I'm not sure really what they're asking. What are they asking?
What is she trying? What are you trying?
I think she's trying to decide if the dog's pregnant. I'm not sure why she's.
Okay.
I'm not sure why she's
If
palpitating.
are different than normal, then yeah, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Yes, morning sickness, yeah, that's a good idea.
There you go.
If her appetite's changing, yeah, that's a good idea. If her attitude is changing, yeah, that's a good idea.
If she's getting fatter.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Look, I would do this. Not a darn thing. What we do with our Frenchies is we don't do a darn thing unless we are not sure that a dog is pregnant and we are uncertain as to whether we'd have a C-section done. And that's about 5 days before pregnancy. But for those of you who want to plan things, for those of you who are going to have natural whelps, to have an X-ray done the last week of pregnancy.
But usually the last 2 weeks of the pregnancy of the dog,
yep.
You'll notice that she gets quite a bit bigger. When they're first pregnant, you'll notice nipple change. Then you'll notice, like in their rib cage, because French Bulldogs seem to carry right at the very beginning those babies up in her rib cage. And if that expands, then that's a good idea. But in 2 weeks before the puppies are actually their first breeding due date, you'll notice that she's gotten bigger. A bigger belly.
Jason Lopez says, you need to fire your camera person. You need to fire your camera person straight away. No, it's a Russ video actually from a long time ago.
Oh.
The narrator did a great job. That was the narrator, did a great job of explaining the process. It was very interesting to watch. Hey, look, all I can say is this. Look, this video here, don't judge us on this video. We're driving in a car. We're trying to get you some information. The sun's blaring in. We don't have any makeup on. We don't have a crew. You have a crew of people that fluff our hair up, make us look pretty. We're old folks. This is as good as we normally look, I can tell you. It's not about, unfortunately, the majority of these videos do not have great camera work, and there's no excuse for it other than the fact that we're just freaking lazy. So you got to take what you get, and remember, all the advice. We're not vets, but all the advice you get, hopefully, is good information, and it's free. Okay.
But if you have any real hard questions that you can't get answered, always ask your vet. Always.
Okay, Straight Hustle Bully says, my female American Bully is in heat. She's on day 7. I don't have time to take her for a progesterone test. And her for JJ is little black hairs on it. Does it mean that she's ready to mate?
For JJ.
Because,
I like that.
I put that word in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I put that in there.
Okay.
Because she still ain't flagging. Well, the black hairs has got nothing to do with whether she's ready or not, I can tell you that. You've got you've got a number of ways to time a breeding. the best way is to get progesterone numbers, and I understand that we can't always do that. With COVID, it can be difficult to get into the vet, it can be expensive, and it may not have a vet around who can even do it, which is the situation that we're in. And that's why, by the way, we have our own progesterone machine, which we sell. But anyway, based on the fact that you can't get a progesterone test done, then what do? Well, you time it based on behavior. So time it on the way the two dogs are behaving and the discharge color and the number of days. Most dogs are bred between day 11 and 13. They are receptive, they're flagging, they'll let the dog up on their back, and their blood color has turned pink to clear. So that's it in a nutshell on that one. And we're at 15 minutes, so we'll give you one more if I can get to this. Oh dear. Do you have any Frenchies built with structure, not just colour?
Is that an insult?
I think a little bit.
Ouch.
Ouch. Hey, we always breed for conformation. We've got some beautiful dogs. We like smaller, compact dogs. We don't like big dogs. We don't like 35-pound dogs. We don't like dogs with long necks, long noses, long tails, long necks, long ears.
Now?
Yeah. So we do pay a lot of time and trouble to try to get confirmation in our dogs and in the dogs we breed with us. So I'm not sure where that came from, but we're going to say...
She must be having a bad day.
We're going to say...
He or she's having
well,
a
no, we
bad
don't want to
day.
get in a fight with anybody. We're not about that. No, I mean, no, seriously. I mean, you know...
Well, I don't get it. When people are unhappy, they say tacky things.
Well, that's fine.
So,
it's the internet. It's just
I'm
part
sorry
of it.
that they're not happy. Go on.
Here's the last one. Ending on a good note. John Wick says, "Hey James, love watching your videos, taking lessons from you, blah blah blah. I bred my fawn pie to a chocolate lilac. What would I get out of it?" Okay, first thing, chocolate lilac. What's that?
Chocolate lilac?
There's no such thing.
Nope, because
It's either a lilac
is a blue, is a chocolate.
There you
That's
go.
what makes it
Yeah.
lilac.
So a lilac is both chocolate and blue, and if you bred, what was the colour of the dog we bred to?
I don't know.
Tell me you're not listening to the question.
No, I'm not, because I'm driving. I'm trying to be safe.
I bred my fawn pied. Okay.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So, you know, we don't know enough about this to really answer the question.
Cute
Look,
car.
it is, isn't it? So she's a pied. If the other dog has a copy of pied, you get a litter of half pieds. If the other dog doesn't have a copy of pied, you get no pieds for all pied carrots.
If the daddy's the lilac or the mama, whichever one that's not the fawn, you're going to have lilac fawns.
Well, we don't
Some
know.
of them.
Well, we don't know that the other dog has blue or chocolate. We're in the dark.
He said a chocolate
We're-
lilac, and I said if
Well, I'm going to assume
it
it's.
is a lilac.
Well, I'm going to.
Who's not listening?
I'm listening. I'm assuming that the dog is a lilac. The chocolate part was just a mistake because I didn't realise quite what that meant. And the other dog's are fawn pied. If the fawn pie doesn't carry blue or chocolate, you're not getting any blues or chocolates, so it'll be blue or chocolate carriers. If the lilac dog carries brindle, you get a litter of half fawns and half brindles. There you go in a nutshell. Thanks for watching our videos. We appreciate it. Bye from Tammy. Say hi, bye, Tammy.
Bye. Have a good day today.
Yeah, everyone have a good day. Be nice to your animals. Bye, buddy.